Good morning. Very happy to be speaking this morning. My name is Joseph Bitar. I joined the American University in Dubai recently. I was teaching in Paris before. I'm here in Dubai and very happy to be in Dubai. Thanks a lot for the organizers for selecting this paper. This might be somehow an exotic paper. It's theory. Anyway, it's not too early for theory, so yeah, a bit of theory in a practitioner's workshop is always nice. So yeah, it's just to warn you that it's a bit like the the vision is different here. Um, Another thing, this paper has been already published. It is published a few weeks ago in the Journal of Banking Regulation, Springer Nature. So your comments will definitely be useful to me in my next papers. I write a lot and I publish a lot, so even if I could not integrate them in this one, they will be accounted for in my next publications. Okay, so the title is provocative. Okay, and a less deposit-intensive banking model. For all the mainstream professors among you who teach financial economics, um, deposits are prerequisites for loan granting. Okay, I do not believe in that. I do not follow that. You see, and this is not me who started saying that. It's two German economists, Michael Kumhoff and Richard Werner. Yeah, it both happened that they work in the UK. They are both German and they work in the UK. I think it takes to be German and to work in the UK to see and to say the truth, you see? Yeah, I'm neither German and I don't work in the UK. However, I love what they do, okay? Yes, sorry for, now I'm speaking to my colleague professors. Sorry to say that every time you wrote a model constraining loan granting to deposit collection, it's wrong. Sorry. And what you taught your students as well, for me, is wrong. Okay, so so this is why I wanted to be provocative in my title. Yeah, the price I'm paying all the time is that I cannot be published in League One journals. However, very nice journals like the Journal of Bank Regulations welcome my work. Okay, so what? So that's in the conceptual theoretical background for the paper. What am I arguing? Just to tell you, I have reduced my presentation. I'm just using the introduction, the last section, and the conclusion bits because, say, the pure theory is not really adapted to practitioners. So I'll just be talking about the conclusions mainly and definitely the whole framework. So I'm after what happened with Silicon Valley Bank and other banks, capital regulations of banks is again questioned. Also liquidity regulations, but here I'm looking at capital regulations. Okay, so definitely I'm not the first one who said it. A lot of again mainstream economists in top universities, Klein, Admati, Di Marzo, Helwig, you see, all these guys, they said many occasions that the problem with the current banking architecture is the subsidy that banks benefit from, whether in terms of deposit guarantees and the bailout guarantees. So deposits are cheap liabilities, and again, I do not use let's say financing or funding because banks create deposits when they grant loans. So I talk more about the liabilities structure of bank and not bank funding, you see. So that's really the main difference. So because banks fund themselves by granting loans, okay? They do not need to raise any deposits really, okay? So, so yeah, the thing is banks love deposits because it's a cheap liability for them, okay? And this is why I'm happy to speak to you today, because when I was hearing yesterday, banks would not allow CBDC to exist, or they would also always push CBDCs out of the system. Yes, because they're very happy to be subsidized by the government. So that's the reason. So my message in this paper, and I'll not go to the theoretical demonstration because it's not let's say the best place to discuss the theory behind it. But surely what needs to be done in order to be able to promote CBDC, whether you like CBDC or not, is to reduce the subsidy of banks by obliging them to hold more capital. More capital, and in my demonstration, it's also more non-bank debt, like bonds or other debt like loans from other banks. You see, whatever is non-deposit liabilities, just to increase this cushion to let's say this liability cushion equity and non-bank deposits to a level where banks do not need any financial help from the governments to let's say to bear their credit risk. You see, so I'm here. I'm arguing for a self-sufficient banking structure that would not need our taxpayers' money. Actually, at the end, we as taxpayers, we are funding the banks to take risk. Okay, what banks say is if you raise the capital requirements and the let's say the non-deposit debt instruments to a certain level, our funding costs would be very high, okay, and this would make credit expensive. That's their argument. Okay, so they're saying, okay, that we are being subsidized. They're admitting it. Okay, they're admitting it, and they want this state of things to continue. Okay, unfortunately, if the public sector wants to subsidize businesses, it should not be done in that way. There are other ways to subsidize businesses other than subsidizing the risk-taking of banks. Okay, so that's really the big message in this. So the rule is what I call the 15-30-20-40 rule. So capital requirements should be way, let's say, higher than what the Basel recommendations are nowadays, and they should not be based on the risk-weighted assets, but the whole, let's say, the whole balance sheet. So 15% minimum in terms of equity, with let's say with 20% as a minimum. So you have this 5% above the minimum requirements as an additional cushion. Okay, and the 30 is equity plus bonds. Okay, so because to make deposits safer, there's another layer of protection which is non-deposit fixed income or debt instruments that needs to be added to the cushion. Okay, so that's what I'm recommending here. Okay, the other part is, sorry, I'm skipping all the theory bits. The other part is CBDC. Okay, this is where I want to end my intervention this morning. So where can CBDC play a role in this whole setting? It is by making them competitors to standard bank or bank accounts nowadays. So one, removing any form of subsidy on bank accounts, okay, on bank deposits. So CBDC will naturally become competitive versus these bank accounts. And the second one is to oblige banks to hold CBDCs as the only, and that's the extreme case, as the only form of deposits. Okay, yes, I'm shocking you, I know, but this could be also a stabilizing factor for banks, because you as a depositors would not worry about your any default on your any default on your deposits. So liquidity risk, there's no bank runs. And two, you say there's no risk of default. But this would come after banks being secured by higher cushions of equity and non-deposit debt. Okay, so all in all, what's the philosophy behind my proposal is to make banks a safe haven. You see, for those who do not want to take risk, banks become the safe haven, and CBDCs help in that. While you guys, crypto enthusiasts, you can play your game freely on the side. You see, so I'm segmenting the financial sector into two sectors: the very risky one and your play field, and this will give you more freedom to play the crypto games, take all the risks. Surely information and consumer protection for sure. You see, I'm not saying that crypto I want it to be a casino, no, but if we at least make banks secure, so this is the secure bit of the system, then you guys, you would be able to play more freely. Okay, so that's it. Thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for your insights. And it's good to see that we have different point of views, and also having insights like this one. Unfortunately, our discussant has some problems online, so I will just quickly ask you a question. So you mentioned this division is very important to you, right? And also you mentioned the role of taxpayer in a lot of bailouts of the established traditional financial systems. So how do you see those two? So while you say that they are split, they are divided, but it seems to me that risk doesn't matter if it comes from the traditional, the crypto world. It's still there and it's still high.
Risk will always be there.
Yeah. So so then why having this clear-cut distinction?
Because in my vision, some economic agents want pure safety. They need to have this pure safety and absolute safety that is provided in my framework by this very safe banking structure and CBDC. So this is one word, and the other word is your playground, which is cryptos and stable coins. Stable. I don't know how stable they are, but yeah.
Well, even within traditional finance, right? You do have huge bits of the traditional finance that are highly risky. That's why, exactly, back to your point.
So banks in my architecture would not be allowed to hold risky assets on the asset side of things. So this is something maybe I did not mention already, but it is written in the in the paper for sure. Okay, so definitely banks will become in this dual architecture like the safe
side of the equation as well.
Of the financial world, yes. So this definitely helps you. Helps us all as taxpayers for not bearing the stating of banks. Why?
Yeah, sure.
It's not fair. Okay. And two, it will help you guys develop your
alternative.
Okay, the alternative more freely. You see, you do not see.
Because once you remove
the government concern about stability or providing zero or low risk is provided by the other side of the.
Sure.
So this is where you choose your framework. You as an investor or as a depositor, you choose where you want to be. You have the choice.
In a sense, you are trying to propose to compartmentalize the risk takers, like moving them where they feel more comfortable. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
And this leaves, let's say, room for innovation. You see.
Absolutely.
You see, for you guys to be able to do whatever you like, so your freedom will be higher on your side. You see, you'll be more innovative.
Moving faster.
Yeah. So will be less
strict
on your activity. You see, if there is a safe part of the system where non-risk taker can play their game.
But will not be rational for the regulator to be attached.
My proposal, and
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Joseph. Big round of applause. Thank you.